some people who was working in the economy in the Midwest, and his whole career type of his whole trade that he did was good at it, getting decent money, making good hours. If that packed up and shipped to another country, then he needs to find a new trade. So what if this individual pack up his family and have to move to another part of the country, and they don't do manufacturing? They deal with construction. Now, you ain't had to pick up no hammer. You didn't have to go and lay no concrete. You didn't have to move dirt over here and put a trench to make the water drain, because Georgia have a lot of hills. You didn't have to do any of that. In the Midwest, most of the land is just flat. You see 3 miles straight ahead. Here, you're half a block. So, what do? You gonna be poor. Oh, let's say the economy fails, the bottom break, everything is hitting the floor. Okay, so I don't see nothing wrong with you getting some kind of help. You paid into this country while you was working. So how would I deny or want to tell somebody who, you got idiots who've never worked, and some of these same people who heart is broken because they finding out that, they people is tied into it too. Now they're not going out there trying to find the work, and there's no work, but they worked since they was 17 years old, 16 years old. I know girls and women who 14 years old working as a little girl, 18 working, going to school, have a family, working the whole time, 1, 2 jobs. Some women and men 3 jobs, still working. And then all of a sudden, some, as we know, the globalists, as they like to say, come screw up everything. Been screwing it up before we even got out of diapers, or before our parents got out of diapers, but it finally breaks. So he loses his job. Now we're supposed to talk about him and demonize him because he says, hey, I'm the type of person who would work, but right now there's no work and you are able to help me. I've been paying into this since I was 15 years old. I've been working because when I don't need to get no cash from you, and I can go buy my own shoes, or I can go buy my own food. I can get my own bread, my own meat, my own ribs, my own steak, my own fish. When I go get all of that myself, that's helping America. That's saving America a few pennies, a few dollars. Because that $50 I spent at the grocery store didn't have to come from the state. So now that I'm hurt, now it's a problem. You're going to demonize me? That's wrong with it. That's what's wrong with America. We're going to demonize the people who was right there. You just don't know what could become. Your company could go under. Your boss could just not tell you nothing and sell the business because he want to get out while he can. I've seen all this happen. So you run around and you now want to demonize these individuals. All you have to do, if it's an emergency, yes, you go to the doctor, we'll look at it. You only got to get a checkup once a year. You do not have to eat all the nasty, stupid, garbage food. You can actually cook. It's GMO. Yeah, okay. You can cook and eat healthy, nevertheless. You don't have to go and eat all. Think about that. Think about how much good, healthy food you can buy if you don't go buy fried food from the restaurant every day when you get your food stamps. Tell me this. You going to buy all these fatty sandwiches that's been sitting in the coolers with all this you go buy these packs of food, you throw it in the microwave. If it's frozen, 3 minutes. If it's thawed, 45 seconds. You're going to do all of this. You're going to do all of this, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you can eat healthy and you won't have to go to the dang on doctor every day. I have no children that are obese or overweight. All of my children healthy weight. Don't have to go to the doctor. And if they do catch some minor cold, I know how to treat and take care of my children myself. We had one slight scare. Fine. They did try to, for the puffiness, I can give a shot of steroids. Are you crazy? See, that simple thing right there, that speaks and tells doctors we ain't for that stupid shit. I know. And I tell my doctor, you know we don't do shots, but it's all right. We'll just take care of it. So, why are we demonizing each other when you could turn around and be in the same predicament? When all we really have to do when it comes to this food stamp situation, $400, $100 a week for 4 weeks. Why is people getting $800, $900, $1,200 because they got a perk? Really? On food. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, we're not in a position to whine. And that's all we do. That's all you do. I tell a person in a heartbeat, I ain't got to whine. And I'm going to do for me. I'm going to get mine. You better get yours. And now you got, I was listening to Alex Jones again. He said he's not voting, so he ain't telling you to go. Or somebody call. I love it when the callers call him out. It seemed like you always say, if you talk about this for years, you've been saying how it's a puppet show and why pay attention. But you sit here for an hour and a half, for 90 minutes, and do just that. I'm not going for anybody. Well, you indirectly, it sounds like you're basically indirectly endorsing Mitt Romney, which he was the entire time. I'm not going to vote. People that called and said, hey, well, I don't want everybody to make a point and say, we all write in Ron Paul. If we write it in, that'll be a point. Everybody may not be able to, but if you can, if you wrote it in, that would be a point and a message sent out to everybody saying, hey, we're not saying Ron Paul because we know he's not going to win, but it's the idea. See, your very own leader, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones, told y'all and trailblazed Ron Paul, brought him up to the top. Millions of listeners, and y'all start getting crazy ass emails and shit from Mitt Romney and them. He covered his tail with the he don't sell information and emails and stuff like that. That's because people started to say, I'll receive some crap. I went to this site one time, signed up to say a comment, and got some stupid ass message. After he was trying to cover up his little mistake. And I knew it was something to it anyway. Because they was trading off the Ron Paul supporter people. Come on, man, really? But the same person who was trying to do Ron Paul and praising Ron Paul wouldn't use the fact of it as a protest to make a statement, because he always say it's not Ron Paul's name, it's the idea. So why not inject the idea? That's all I'm saying. Now, I could tell you a strategy, 2 ways you can go about it. You can, if you have in your statement, you can write in Ron Paul just to say I'm injecting the ideas, or you can vote for Obama, because at least we know who we're fighting. We know the enemy. We know him by his name. We know him by his fruits. We know him by his actions. And either way it goes, whoever gets in, Mitt Romney get in, all he's going to do is the exact same thing Obama was doing, but you're not going to know the new players in the game, so he gets a year or two until your faithful champion steps up and tell you what was going on, and then you'll be a year and a half later, I'm going to donate to get the Mitt Romney deception and stupidity shit like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to make a difference. Either way it goes, we're going to have to deal with the nonsense. Do you hear me? Either way it goes, we're gonna have to deal. All of the things that was written in was to be used by the next president, whether it was the returning president or a new president or the president after this one. We don't know. You put executive order in, you can use it 20 years from now. We don't know what they got a long plan, and we already know that they've been delayed multiple times. See, America's not too stupid yet. We're pretty dumb because we fall for the shenanigans all the time. How many of you people called your senator and other senators? I knocked these people off their square when I let them know where I was calling from and what I was saying, and they were trying to get off the phone, and I made them listen, and okay, we'll give them, okay. I want it known. I care about what's going on all over this country. So if it's me protesting, if they'll sit down and somebody will tell how many people voted for Donald Duck and Big Bird, I'm sure they'll tell how many people actually wrote in Ron Paul. Or give us some of the numbers. We know they exaggerate and changed it around and hide numbers. We know they do all of that. It's a trick. This game that's being played right now, ladies and gentlemen, is very serious. And they all, talking about the media, they all try to find a way to make you feel bad. They make you feel bad about yourself. They always advertising shit you can't afford. I was watching Glenn Beck just to see his style. He totally skulls and bones all over his place. He didn't join. He tied in just like Alex Jones, except he's the one that caress you after Alex Jones gets you pumped up and get you and then you go listen to Glenn Beck and he just stroke you and tell you the world coming to an end. But I tell you, I got these jeans that cost, I wouldn't pay $300, but for $100, look at the embroidery. Oh, Obama's horrible. We need Mitt Romney because Ron Paul's not there. But while you at it, just look at my jeans and my shirt. This inbred emblem nonsense malarkey. And then buy the Procure type of, or the food bank. We got the seed bank, yeah. It's a setup. It's a scam. And you people who really into it, you know exactly what I'm saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's no more time for jokes. There's no more time for games. It's just take care of your damn family. If you're an idiot to go out and want to protest and act a fool, tearing up downtown, then you deserve what you get. For the simple fact is, I'm a true American, but I'm going to work. I'm not going to set on nothing on fire. I'm not going to do none of that stupid stuff. I'd rather be at home with my kids while I have the time and the chance. Family comes first. And if family comes first, you wouldn't be in that stupidness. You won't fall for it. And look into who you following and who you riding with. You can get a lot of information from CNN. We know they do stuff. MSNBC, or whatever. We know they do stuff. But you get information from all of them. Even InfoWars. I'm not saying I'll go to InfoWars. I'm going to read some of their articles. I listen to the show. I get the basic idea of what's going on. And I get his opinion. And I get to hear the listeners and see what they're saying, too. But then I'm me. I'm going to use my own damn mind. I'm going to use my discretion. Because what I have to do and what I feel and what I vote on and how I speak out, it represents my family and affects my family. If you got children, you can't be out there hooping and hollering. The only reason why Alex Jones hooping and hollering is because he won't nothing happen to him right now. That man got 3 kids. If he knew something was seriously happening, he'd shut his ass up too like Mad Cow did. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Timothy Preston, back from vacation. This is the New Talk Wave Radio. And it's 30 minutes, so you've been downloading it